Hey, I'm Aurelia, and I'm gonna give you a speech today. We're gonna start off with a short simulation video. So go ahead. Made this myself. Okay, so that was a short little simulation video that I feel is kind of supposed to represent anxiety. So maybe, maybe not, but that's what I was trying to go for. Has anyone ever experienced this sinking type feeling, this gut-wrenching feeling? It's so uncomfortable, it's just not good. Well, I kind of refer that as anxiety, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today. It's been around forever. It doesn't discriminate. Everybody has dealt with it before. No one can say they haven't. You might have not noticed what it exactly is, but we've all dealt with it, and it's completely normal. Sometimes we experience more severe than others, but it just depends on the person, sometimes the situation. So that's what I'm going to talk about with you today. I personally struggle with it. I feel I might struggle with it a little more than others, and others might do the same more than me. It's tough. Sometimes it really stinks. Some days are harder than others, and coping with it can be really difficult too. I definitely haven't coped with it in the healthiest ways, but I'm definitely learning to. And there were some days where I felt it wasn't going to get better, and it really has. And that's something that I proved to myself. And so I feel like if that's something that I can do, then others can do it too. It's not easy. It's a process. But if you're willing to make some changes and being patient with yourself, it's definitely something that can happen. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I will be sharing with you what anxiety really is, the effects of it, and some solutions, things that we can help ease it. So we're going to get into that. It's kind of what anxiety is, doesn't discriminate. We can get through it, definitely. And talked a little bit about myself and my struggle with it, and we'll, touch more into that throughout this presentation as well. So I'm going to be talking with you about it, like I said, and the struggles and the issues, what it is, and how we can go through it. So according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, excuse me, forgot my place. By dictionary definition, it's an extreme uneasiness of the mind, brooding fear of contingency, just extreme worry. Personally, I would define it as that sinking feeling. It almost feels inescapable, like you're melting, like you don't know how to stop it. It sucks. It just really sucks. So it's just this dwelling feeling. It's usually negative, and it's really hard to pull yourself out of sometimes when your thoughts just flood heavily in that kind of way. So we're going to go into the next slide. Some effects of it. So physically, according to Medical News Today, anxiety can make you sweat. It can make your heart race, heart palpitations, if you will. It can give you headaches, digestive issues, self-doubt, just the list goes on. Personally, also depends on the person. I've experienced when I get really overwhelmed, I'll even get bumps, like these weird bumps on the palms of my hands, which is normal. Anxiety and stress makes your body do weird things, so it just depends on the person, but it's normal as well, so no need to freak out. Mentally, just excessive, unrealistic worrying. From big to small, it doesn't matter. Once your mind just starts, getting stuck on one issue and really thinking about all the things that haven't happened yet, about the unknown. That's where it starts to get you going mentally. And headaches, like I said, the feeling of impending doom. It's not fun to go through. Generally, with all, dealing with all of that, it can make people go to crutches, as I call them. So, smoking cigarettes or, doing drugs or compulsive eating or, emotionally spending. Things to kind of help fill the void, which it really doesn't help in the end. It actually really hurts you. So there are constructive ways to go about anxiety, and those are some ways that we choose to go through them because it's temporary relief. It's not fun to go through that fear and pending doom. It's not. And we all kind of pick our poison sometimes when it comes to it, but it doesn't always have to be like that. So we're going to go into how to relieve anxiety. And this just is kind of a visual, different things we could turn to. We shouldn't, but you live and you learn, hopefully. So, how to relieve anxiety. Okay, so healthline.com reveals that exercise is the #1 way to relieve it. Now, it doesn't mean you have to run however many miles every day. Really, to do anything that gets your heart pumping. So, and you don't have to do these things alone. So whether it's taking up a yoga class or going for hikes, which is really nice because I just find being in nature kind of is therapeutic to me. It's just quiet, off your phone, just kind of connecting with yourself and everything around you. Also, a good self-help book. Never can go wrong with a good self-help book. There's also good apps that you can get now that kind of just are healthy reminders of letting you know, just things we tend to worry about, things that we can be appreciative about, because it's definitely not the end of the world, even though sometimes it may seem like that. Talking, it never hurts to talk with a person. Everybody, like I said, has experienced it before, so talk to someone you trust. Something that you might be discussing with them in relation to anxiety, they can probably help you and understand, and it makes you feel better just to get some weight off your chest as well. So those are a few things that you could do. Next slide. So today I shared with you what anxiety is, some of the effects of it, and some things that you could potentially do to help yourself out. One thing that I like to do when I start to feel overwhelmed is I really just like to connect into my senses. So wherever I am, just what does the air smell like at that time and point? If I'm able to touch something, what does it feel like? What do I hear? What do I feel? And just kind of just tune in to yourself and be grateful. Because worse things can happen, and that doesn't mean your feelings aren't valid, but it's true. I can't tell you, I have anxiety on the daily. It's gotten a lot better, but I couldn't tell you the last thing that I was worried about because it didn't matter. And also it helps to think about the things that you have overcome in your life. Some places that you were in that you never thought you could have gone through by yourself even, and you did it. So just it's gonna be okay. If you can get through that, you can get through almost anything. You truly can. So just remember that you're not alone and that you are loved and that we are human and we all go through the same things. We might not talk about them, but it doesn't mean we don't feel them and don't go through them. So just be patient with yourself. Perseverance, patience, and persistence, be willing to make a few changes because not every day has to be hard. It will get better, but you have to try and make it better as well. So that is my speech on anxiety, and good luck to all of you, and I hope that things do get easier for you, and I just hope it's easier to find your inner peace than it has been prior to this PowerPoint and speech. So thanks for your time, and that's me.